Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel for the very first Total War Pharaoh Dynasties live stream. It's been a while since I've streamed, so I'm going to have to do a little tweaking here with the audio. Can already tell I'm being compressed to crap. Give me a quick second here. All right, let's see. Let's see how that sounds. All right, well, we already got Mao Zedong, Aaron, and Ismail in the chat. It has been a long time since I've streamed, and Ismail, it's been a long time since I've responded to you or seen you around, I think. Aaron, you've been you guys have both been with the channel for years now. Anyways, we're here with Dynasties. As you can see, I got early access. I've been playing it nonstop, and yeah, I'm just here to show it off and answer your questions and chat about the new game, the new content, and play a few turns at maybe Hanigalbat. I don't know. I do want to show off my Babylonian campaign because it was a lot of fun. As you could see, I've been trying a whole bunch of different factions. So why don't I just load in to my Babylonian campaign, and we could just kind of wait till more people pile in, and maybe we start a new campaign. How's everybody doing? Hey, Unforgiven, it's good to see you too. All right, maybe that's still messing with the audio filters here. Hey, Candidate 592, you are the world's #1 most hyped fan for Total War Pharaoh Dynasties, huh? Yeah, I just took care of the echo. Sorry about that, guys. Sussy Imposter and Seleucus Ptolemy. Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining the stream. All right, so first thing you're going to notice about this campaign is that there is a lot of border gore. You're going to have to just get over your fear of border gore. It can't hurt you, I promise. It's not in the room with you right now. But yeah, this is me 137 turns into the campaign. It's been a doozy. Oh, Moon Man, what's up? I remember you from the Discord. Thanks for joining the stream, man. All right, so like I was saying earlier, I've tried a whole bunch of different factions. Hold on, let me get rid of the stream starting soon thing. Amateur hour over here. Yeah, so I played a bunch of different factions, but Babylon was the first one I really played more than 20, 30 turns with. And I got a lot to talk about with it. Let's get to the family tree here for a second. So I guess this is a good time to show off the dynasty system. So as you can see on the screen right now, you have your family tree. This is the family tree I have as Kassite Babylon. You start off and it's just him. It's just Adad Shuma Assur. And everyone else has sort of spawned from him. Now, the potential for role-playing here, I really got into it. I haven't really gotten into the role-playing like this in a Total War game in a long time. So anyways, before I get ahead of myself, yeah, you have your ruling family, your faction family tree right here. And then you have the dynasty tree, which you'll only see if you are part of a dynasty, which I am currently the leader of the dynasty, King of the Universe. Love that title. So the dynasty tree is like a interfaction family tree, essentially. So you can see there's other characters from other factions in this tree. Obviously, I gave my own heir. So you have an heir and you have a scion. The scion is the heir to your faction, which should be where is he? There he is, Ipku the Kingslayer. Yeah, this guy is the scion, and he's the scion to my faction and the heir to the King of the Universe throne. So there's a lot going on here. Probably one of the coolest things, though, is the dynasty itself, which it's essentially just a collection of your deeds, both good and bad, as the leader of the dynasty. So you can see, it seems a little like, oh yeah, no, okay, never mind. I was wondering why it says Bane of Babylon when I am Babylon, but that's because the dynasty started with King Lugal Marada of Athura. And he made me his heir, and so I then, I guess, inherited stuff that he did. I don't know. It doesn't really make sense because it says Adad Shumer Assur the Second's deeds, and it says Bane of Babylon. But there's a few bugs in the update. I already made a video talking about the bugs. My number one complaint is the end turn times, but that video is not going to come out until tomorrow or Friday. Right now, I just want to kind of have some fun and show off some of the stuff that I've been doing. But yeah, so you can go all the way back. They did like their research and added in historical dynasties too. Looks like the furthest back you can go is King Ashur Uballit I, and you can expand his accomplishments and see. And these are basically based on what they actually did historically. So that's really neat. It adds kind of an immersive continuity with the game. The game started with, I can't remember if it was this. No, it started with this dynasty here, I believe. Ashur-nadin Apli. Easy8, badass name, by the way. Easy8 asks, haven't played Pharaoh yet. Does it have Troy and Mycenae? Yes, it does. It has both of them, as well as most of the Total War Saga Troy characters, except for the Amazons. So yeah, there's a whole like story that happened here with the whole Game of Thrones aspect of the Mesopotamian court. So right from the start, I kind of like, hold on, let me just load, trying to think how I can best explain this to you guys. Basically, from the start of the game, the minor Assyrian faction, which is dead at this point in the game, they are the king of the universe. They start with the crown. I got myself adopted into their dynasty, but I didn't have enough legitimacy. I thought I was being slick. I'll get myself adopted into the dynasty, and then I'll be able to just do a bloodless coup, essentially. When he dies, my king would ascend to the crown, and I could just sit here in Babylon turtling and playing tall, because that's kind of what you want to do as Babylon. Their buildings are stronger than regular buildings, so you can kind of turtle up. Anyways, that didn't go so great for me, because when he did die, the heir to the Assyrian faction said, hell no, I won't go, and started a civil war, which I was totally unprepared for. I got caught with my pants down, and ended up being kind of a short, bloody reign for my king, Adad Shumer Assur. Let me go to his dynasty. You could see my original king, Adad Shumer Assur, his dynasty only lasted 8 years. So it started, he became the king of the universe in 1198 BC, and then he died in 1190 BC. And Athura then took the throne. So I was like, holy cow, that was a huge mistake. Why did I do that? And I kind of just bided my time for the next 70 or so turns. And this faction, Athura, became like really powerful. And as you can see here, they're still stronger than me. And they have 4 vassals. The AI is a lot more aggressive post-patch than they were pre-patch. There was a bug in old Total War Pharaoh where the AI was really passive once the Sea Peoples invaded. It became like Total War, Total Peace, basically. Nobody wanted to fight each other because the Sea Peoples were everyone's common enemy, I guess. Well, that's definitely been fixed because the AI is definitely aggressive. And this minor faction, Athura, like I said, they popped off. They're currently fighting 4 wars. They have 4 vassals. Hanigalbat, the major playable Assyrian faction, is dead. A combination of me and Athura killed them. So long story short, 70 turns later, I tried for the throne once again, and I finally won it. And started... well, I won it by getting in Athura's good graces and then getting adopted into the dynasty again. Just like last time, though, I didn't have enough legitimacy to avoid a civil war when I inherited the King of the Universe crown. But this time I was ready. I had a bunch of armies. I was ready to go. And it was bloody. I lost a bunch of territory, but I also gained a bunch of territory, hence the border gore. This stuff all up here was all Athura territory. Unfortunately, I did lose Nimrod, which has stone. That was a big L that I took in the very last few turns of the Civil War. But overall, I'm happy with how it ended. I ended up being the king. Athura hates my guts. I'm sure there'll be another war eventually with them. But yeah, I had a lot of fun doing the whole politics thing. So just let me know what you guys want to see. Let's see. Kind of like in Warhammer Total War when during the end times everyone wants to be a friend. Yeah, kind of like that, except you don't really get a diplomatic buff with everyone like you do in Warhammer. But I think the AI just really hates having a bunch of wars, or at least it hated it. Clearly it's not a huge deal now because Athura is at war with everybody under the sun. But yeah, they were really passive. It's not the case anymore, though, thank God. He's got 19. I really want to know who... Okay, Ursu is the strongest faction right now. Wow, I'm number 20, man. I'm weak sauce. The Lulubi... Oh, these guys were brutal to face. They have the Samarian units, cavalry, horse archers, which are really fun to use, by the way. And yeah, they were a huge pain in my butt, and I think they got vassalized by... Yeah, they got vassalized by Athura. So... He's just kind of vassal spamming. The AI is active, it plays, and I'm on normal, by the way. I'm playing on super casual difficulty settings just to learn the game. What are the royal units you have access to? We have... There's a couple. There's Babylonian sappers. Let me see if I can recruit them from here. Oh, I have a bunch right here. High Royal Guard. Hold on, let me turn the unit cards back to 2D. All right. We have the High Royal Guard. The Babylonian Specialists, which these guys are interesting. So they're strong missile units by themselves, but they only have 45 men per unit. But the cool thing is that they can replenish the ammunition of other units. Let's see. Asser Horse Masters, these guys are absolute giga chads. They smash. Reptilicus TV, another great YouTuber, he did a review. He posted his Pharaoh review today. And he talked about these guys and how strong they are. And I can confirm they are very, very powerful. There's a couple more, I believe. We can go into custom battle and I can do it there too. Whoops. Alright, so it looks like it's just the 3. High Royal Guard, Babylonian Specialists, and Asser Horse Masters. Or Asher is how you pronounce it. Overall, the Babylonian units are, I don't know, their roster isn't really my favorite, to be honest. They're fine. Their whole gimmick is that they have like slave infantry that are really weak called Saluhu units. And let me see if I can find them so I can just show it off. Yeah, so you have these guys, like the Saluhu units. They're basically like very cheap chaff. And their stats are terrible, as you can see. But when they're near medium to high tier, like captain style units, they get buffed. So it's kind of neat. You're incentivized to, like, you know, sprinkle in elite units in between a whole sea of terrible slave infantry. But overall, their roster's pretty just whatever. It's fine. The cool thing about Pharaoh is the native recruitment system. That's one of the coolest things about recruiting units, like about the whole unit rosters in this game in general, is the whole native unit system is just a lot of fun to play with. It just gives you a lot of variety. Like when you go, you got something to look forward to when you go conquer somewhere new. And yeah, guys, look at this map. Thing is freaking massive. And obviously we have Egypt. I was worried that Greece was going to feel... Why don't we go over to Greece? Take a look at the starting position there. I was worried that the Greeks were going to be... Like, Greece itself was going to feel too cramped. But it still feels pretty big. Oh, here's the new faction selection screen, by the way. So, obviously, we have all the starting boys and girls for Egypt. Hatti, nobody changed here. Canaan, same deal. Sea peoples. Now we have Mesopotamia. We have Adad Shumer Assur of Babylon and Ninurta Apalakur of Hanigalbat. I have not played much of Hanigalbat yet, and Assyria is probably the roster that I'm looking forward to using the most. So, just need to play more with them. It's another reason why I haven't completed my review yet, is because I want to explore as much of the game as I can before I, you know, drop that review. And before we're going to play as, probably play as Agamemnon in a second, but I want to show off all the minor factions as well. So starting with Egypt, we have Merneptah, the Grape King himself. I wonder how... I think that playing as Merneptah might be tough. Because of the way the Civil War system works, you're kind of weak, usually, early on in the game. And you start as Pharaoh, so... Yeah, I feel like you're going to be surrounded by enemies pretty early on when you play as Merneptah. Could be a really fun campaign to try. Setnacht, which is Ramses' father. He has a unique campaign model, by the way, but he's old. I played a few turns with him. Fairly easy or decent starting position. You have a bunch of ruined settlements over here that you can quickly colonize, but you have to like deal with the Libu invaders. Napata, okay, or Napata, I don't know how you say it. Napata, I think? Led by Memnon. Memnon is back from Total War Saga Troy, and he is dripped out of his mind, just like he was back then. It's really cool just seeing him in the game again in his homeland. I played a few turns with him. It kind of gave like Civilization vibes because there's so many ruined settlements nearby that you do a lot of just like colonizing early on. You don't really have to fight too many wars to gain more territory. A ton of food, too. You have a ton of food. You basically have all the resources you need in this area. It's a really, really strong starting position. Jesse says, hold up, how come I don't have access yet, but you do? I was given early access, and so, you know, I get to show it off to you guys a day before you guys get to play it. But I've been playing it for the past week, since the 18th, to be exact. So Lucas Ptolemy, thank you so much for the dono, man. I really appreciate it. He says, does the game feel like survival or map painting? That's a good question. As my Babylon, I'm going to go with map painting. I'm gonna go with that. Because as Babylon, yes, I had to do a lot of surviving early on. It was like I was on the edge of my seat, but that was mainly a self-inflicted screw-up, you know? I'm sure if I had not done that, it would have been a traditional Total War experience, slow and steady. slowly expanding. The whole survival aspect, it might still be intact when you play as the old Pharaoh factions, like Bay or Karunta, Supululiuma, and Ramses. Because the Sea Peoples are still a menace, they still spawn in. In fact, in my Memnon campaign, the Sea Peoples, the Luca faction, joined the Egyptian court and was the high priest of Amun. It was bugged, and you couldn't see his portrait, but he was in the court. So the Sea Peoples, they're active. They're now like actual factions. They're not just scripted invaders. And in my Babylonian campaign, the land peoples were a menace as well. We had land peoples coming in from the Zagros Mountains, and we had land peoples coming from the deserts. Speaking of deserts, playing as the Sutu, these guys are great. They have camel riders, which are I play with them a bit, and they feel great to use. Cavalry just feels great to use. It's I know it's ahistorical, but it's just a blast to use cavalry in Total War. It feels really good, and I don't think that they make chariots obsolete because A, most of the factions don't get them. And B, the cavalry that you do get, the vast majority of it is very light. It's an absolute godsend for chasing down routing units, but you're not going to charge it headlong into an infantry and just blob and smash through it. Hopefully that answers your questions, Lucas, when you asked about is it survival or map painting. I would say it's more map painting. Although, maybe you could do this. Let's see, campaign customization. Do they have a Sea Peoples multiplier? No, they don't. It's just on or off for Sea Peoples. Man, that's a shame. They should implement a multiplier like Warhammer 2 had for the Chaos Invasion, where you could crank it up. Then you'd really have that survival experience. A lot of customization options. One of my favorites is random faction personalities. Big fan of that. Adds to the sandboxy nature. All right, now we get to Greece. So aside from the major factions in Greece, you have Troy under Priam, which, by the way, you also get Hector, Paris, and Aeneas as well when you play as Troy. They are all under the faction as recruitable generals. And then you get Agamemnon. Then we have Aeolia, led by Achilles, who has a new set of armor that's apparently more historically authentic. We have Ithaca under Odysseus. Lycia under Sarpedon. Thrace under Rhesus, and yes, they have their own Thracian units. You can see them here. Oh, that's one cool thing about the minor factions. So, minor factions, they don't get unique commands. So they don't have all right, so for example, what do I mean by commands? Like Seti, actually I forgot what his command is. Anyways, Babylon has a command where you get more recruitment slots. And it's just a click this button once every 6 turns and you can get recruitment slots. And if you don't do it, then you get another bonus. The minor factions don't have things like that. But they have access to all the other mechanics. The royal courts, the royal traditions, they have all that. And in addition to that, they don't have any unique units. Well, most of them don't have unique units. Some of them do, like the Samarians. They have unique units, but otherwise they're just a blend of existing faction rosters. So Lucas says, today's patch notes says that they removed the Sea People's invasion intensity because it now depends on campaign difficulty. Okay, well, I don't really like that change, I'm going to be honest. I mean, sure, make it more difficult when you play on higher difficulties, but I don't know why you would remove the ability to customize it. Game is very customizable in so many other ways. Just feels really weird to just suddenly go backwards with that one. But thanks for pointing that out. I haven't read the patch notes yet. L.A. Ingram, what's up, man? Good to see you again. He says, have you seen Terminator's video about dynasties? No, I haven't seen his yet. Have you? What's he think? Edie Spinelli says, what time will it be available to play? Hold on, I can get that information for you. Give me one sec here. I just saw it in the Discord. Give me one sec, I'll get it for you. God, I feel like a boomer right now. I can't figure out Discord. Give me a second. Release times. Here we go. So for people in the UK, it looks like launch will be at 3 p.m. I'm going to link this in the chat if I can. Can you post pictures, I wonder, in the chat here? Let's see. Nah, I can't do it. All right, sorry. But yes, to answer your question, it launches at 3 p.m. All right, back to the game. Who do we want to play as here in the Aegean? Let's just why don't we go with Ajax? I haven't launched the campaign as Ajax yet. We can go in there, we can check them out, and then we can try someone else. The intro cutscene is not any different, by the way. The one that plays when you launch the game for the first time, like the intro cinematic, that one is different, but the new campaign cutscene is exactly the same as it was. No difference there. What are the difficulties for campaign? You have easy, normal, hard, and veteran. They removed Shemsu Hor. I noticed that for when I was playing Babylon and Troy and things like that they removed it, but I figured they removed it just for those factions. Are you saying they removed it for Egypt as well? Ajax the Great. Medjai, what's up, man? Thank you. Edie Spinelli asked if the Sea Peoples have been changed too. Their rosters haven't been changed, but the non-playable Sea Peoples now behave like real, regular factions that can settle, do diplomacy, and play like everyone else when they invade. What are the... Let me see. Saw another question here I wanted to answer. Whoa, very excited. What do you think of the new update? Do you prefer it over previous ones? Yes, I do. What I think of the new update, guys, here are my thoughts. It's fantastic. Overall, it's a slam freaking dunk. My complaints about it are long turn times, which, I'll show you. At least they're long for me, all right? I did a lot of tests with the turn times because I'm kind of a stickler for them. They're about Warhammer 3 Immortal Empire's length. Sometimes they're a little faster, sometimes they're longer than Immortal Empires. despite the fact that it's not nearly as big as Immortal Empires. Pretty sad thing for me because, yeah, I mean, the turn times in this game used to be fantastic. And you'd think, well, there's more factions, right? They used to have 95 factions. Now there's 160. So that's 60% more factions, roughly. But the turn times went up by over 20%, according to my tests. So not happy about that. Other than that, though, all the other complaints are pretty minor. There's some UI gripes I have, but I've had those gripes since the beginning of Pharaoh. It's nothing really new. I have a gripe with the family tree. And that is, when a character dies, you do get to see how they died, if it was old age or killed in battle. But you don't get to see the date of their death, which I think is a big missed opportunity. So if you want to like go back and see like when your characters died, you have to go into the Records tab. Jorvatch says, man, this campaign map is gorgeous. It looks even better than Three Kingdoms. It is really pretty. Also, guys, aside from turn times, which again, I'm a stickler for, and I'm not going to shut the hell up about, the performance of the game is fantastic. It's buttery smooth. CA Sophia worked magic with Troy and with this game. Glad to see that the performance hasn't been significantly downgraded in 95% of the areas of this game. Again, aside from the turn times. So here we go. We have Ajax. And how do we get Diomedes? Can we just recruit him? No, we can't. Do we already have him? Yeah, there he is. Diomedes, the Aegean Chad. Medjai asks, would you ever want a Mythos DLC? Like, sure. You know, it's not something that I'm going to be, picketing for. I don't really need it. I much prefer this game as a historical game. And if they were going to add more to the game, which they're not, by the way, this is the final update, spoiler alert, sadly, I would want them to just do more historical stuff. I can play Troy Mythos if I want to play, like, a mini Age of Mythology Total War experience. I'm thinking... Specious Test asks, I'm thinking about getting this game in a few moments. Good idea. I would say yes. This is I know it's on sale right now, but out of all the Total War games that I've like officially reviewed, so that's Troy Mythos, and that's Rome Remastered, I would say that this is the only game that I can confidently recommend buying at full price. This went from a $60 Saga game, basically, that was a colossal disappointment, to the biggest historical Total War game in terms of map for $40. It is by far, there's no DLC for the game. Everything is free. You just pay once for it and you get it all. And then that's like, we haven't had things like that in well over a decade in this series. So the game totally just bombing on launch ended up being a blessing in disguise, if you want to look at it that way. But really, if the game had launched like this, it would have been a whole different ballgame. I will never know what they were thinking launching the game the way it was. Don't get me started on that, guys. All right, I don't want to go off the deep end, get unhinged here. Show some units if you can. Sure. All right. Let's just get through this starting battle real quick. Do we bother fighting this out? Sure, why not? So they brought in all of the... I have the volume down really low right now. They brought in all of the music, or at least a lot of the music from Troy. And they brought in all of the battle maps as well. It's kind of crazy, getting back to what I was saying earlier about the is it worth buying? This game is cheaper than Troy. It's cheaper than Troy, and you're getting immeasurably more content. All right. So here we go. Here's some of the units. get them out of the trees so you can actually see them. So you'll recognize a lot of these Aegean units from Total War Saga Troy if you played them. They've been taken straight out of there and retooled a little bit. I remember these guys just being the default spearmen in that game. More tier 1 archers. And tier 1 shock infantry. Ooh, one thing that is really nice about this game is that they have matched combat animations once again. We've been missing those since Total War Attila, guys. Yeah, I know that like Three Kingdoms had matched combat for generals and stuff like that, and so did Troy. I'm not talking about matched combat for generals. I mean, all of your units, your infantry on infantry fighting, there's matched combat animations, including killing animations. And they look really good. I did a YouTube short showcasing some of the coolest ones I've seen. And let's see Ajax. There he is. You may not like it, but this is what peak masculinity looks like. Mullet Baby asks, so where do historical Total War go from here? Medieval 3, a historical New World with French, Spanish, English, Dutch natives, Aztec, Inca, Maya. I think that Medieval 3 is like a no-brainer. I was wrong, by the way. Big egg on my face. I thought that by this year they would announce a Medieval 3. Boy, I couldn't be more wrong. I don't know why they haven't made one, but CA just seems to be an absolute shit show these days. Hopefully they're getting their act together, but you know, it's been rough going. Last year they had the drama with the Warhammer 3 DLC, then they had the drama with Pharaoh's launch. Yeah, but things seem to be picking back up again. A lot more positive press. And this update is definitely doing them a big favor in my eyes, because I thought they were just going to completely drop Pharaoh. The game bombed. I think it underperformed even what they thought it was going to do. So I'm so happy they didn't drop this game like they've done so many other times with their titles. We just need them to give us some more bug fixes and fix the turn times, and then they can walk away from this game, not touch it anymore, and we'll be good. You know, leave us with a nice polished experience. But yeah, Medieval 3 I think is the one that they should make. It's not the one that I'm most looking forward to, if you want to know that. I would love for them to do... I know the leaks said they were doing World War I and Warhammer 40k. I would love a World War I Total War on a new engine. Barring that, I'll take an Empire 2 or a Victorian era Total War. What do you guys want? Jorvatch says, who needs armor when you have pecs? Big mood. Ajax's chin can deflect the arrows. Alright, let's do it. Elliot Ingram says, all that content for free is really amazing, and the fact that this game is literally cheaper than Troy is cool. Add the fact that factions are DLCs and Troy are free here. Yeah, exactly. Like, unless you want to play Mythos, this is just like the default, you should get this and not get Troy. If someone was like, hey, I want to play a Bronze Age Total War, do I play Troy or do I play Pharaoh? Dude, you totally get Pharaoh every time. I am sad that they didn't bring over the Amazons. I know that they're like, oh, it's historically inaccurate, but they brought in like Iron Age cavalry for Assyria. They brought in horse archers. I mean, come on, you couldn't stretch the truth a little bit more? R.I.P. Dami Mommy Penthesilea. Sorry, Penthesilea. Mongol Empire Total War. That's an interesting choice. I tried the original Empire, but it was so clunky I couldn't get into it. That is exactly how I would describe Empire. It's a real shame that Napoleon is a separate game from Empire, because Napoleon feels way better to play than Empire. But Empire has the far better setting and has a lot more replayability. You know, they did the same thing with Attila in Rome 2, where instead of making Attila part of... One second here, I'm getting shredded. Instead of making Attila part of Rome 2, like an expansion for it, they made it a separate game, which I think was a big mistake. Here we go. Should we do Phalanx? Let's get Ajax stuck in. I watched Andy's Takes review. Those are the only two reviews I've seen so far, Reptilicus and Andy's Take. And Andy was talking about how he thinks the generals are like too papery weak. They get killed wicked easily. That hasn't really been my experience, but we'll see. Fall of the Samurai was fire, though. Sometimes they get it right. Exactly. They got it right. Like, after they screwed up with the Napoleon Empire fiasco, they redeemed themselves with Fall of the Samurai and how it's like an actual integrated expansion with Shogun 2. And I was like, all right, cool. I guess we're, you know, they learned their lesson. And then, you know, we got Rome 2 and Attila all over again, so... Let's get a nice brutal rear charge. Ah, oh, come on, man. Here we go. Candidate 592 asks, why is there no blood? Good question. My guess is that we'll have blood tomorrow, is my guess. Because I own the blood DLC. There we go. L.A. Ingram says he would love a Rome 3. Yeah, so would I. People would riot, but I wouldn't be upset. Rome 3, bring it on, baby. Rome 2 is showing its age, guys. It's getting harder and harder for me to play it as the years drag by. So that's why I'm so glad that this update is good. Because this checks a lot of the same boxes that Rome 2 checks for me. And it's some, like, there haven't been any Total War games that have been able to really scratch that Rome 2 itch, since Rome 2. This one comes close. It's been 84 years. Broken Crescent. Yeah, that Broken Crescent, man, that's a throwback. I haven't played Broken Crescent since I was a teenager, I don't think. What an awesome mod it was, though. You see, situations like this, when you're kind of cleaning up the routing units, this is where light cavalry feels so nice to use. All right, we're good. How do you think the multiplayer scene would set for Dynasties? I'm the wrong guy to ask about that. I don't like, nor do I play Total War multiplayer. Last time I tried to play multiplayer Total War seriously was Shogun 2. My guess is multiplayer will be dead for this game. That's my guess.
Victory feels good.
Jorvach asks, how big is the file size for Pharaoh Dynasties? And looks like Ormor answered it for you. 72 gigaborts. 72 gigabytes.
They can serve us now. Ajax the Great.
Dude, Ajax would just look wrong, man, if he had armor on. Look at the size of those guns, man. He's hitting the gym. All right. But here's the map of Greece for those who want to see it. There we go. So we got Troy over here. Thrace up here. And then we got Greece proper. Giga Jacks. I love that. Giga Jacks, dude.
Ever reliable. Hit them hard. Get in there.
Let's head over to diplomacy. So we have a non-aggression pact with Achilles. I wonder how tough it would be, like if it would be a challenge run to try to confederate all of the Total War Saga Troy characters in a single playthrough. Because characters die of old age, that you have a race against the clock if you wanted to do something like that. I wonder if you really could. You could get Achilles, Diomedes, Ajax, Agamemnon, Menelaus, Odysseus. Yeah, all of them in the same faction. I wonder how tough it would be to do that.
Divinely blessed.
I mean, you have diplomatic contact with them all right in the beginning of the game. Let's see. Oh yeah, 121. Oops. That'd be tough. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's possible. The map looks really dense. Yeah, it is. It is really dense. There is some areas are more dense than others. For instance, Egypt is pretty damn dense. But Greece is absolutely packed. But the physical size of the map, though, is nice. Like, it's big enough, I think. Obviously, it's not nearly as big as it was in Troy. But it's still big. It's certainly way bigger than it is in Rome 2 or Attila. Man, I can't wait till we have, like, minor faction playable mods, because I am just a simp for Athens.
Diomedes. Defending the righteous.
All right, so here we have the technology tree. It's basically the same as it was. Very uninteresting. The tech tree has never been Total War's strong suit, to be honest. I think the last game that had, like, a decent tech tree was Shogun. Rome 2's like had a little, here or there for the Roman tech tree. You had the upgrade system. That was neat, but by and large, the tech tree is pretty bland in Total War games, and Pharaoh does nothing to change that. Yeah. All right, shall we end the turn? Let's do it. Holy cow, dude, we gotta speed that up. All right.
Favored by Athena.
A giant among men.
I don't think we can take this. I screwed up by not recruiting anything, but
Wisdom and might.
Staunch ally. Engage.
when you get a chance later in the stream, could you pull up a custom battle lobby to look at the royal units for the WANX? Yeah, absolutely. We can do that now, honestly. I want to show you guys whatever you guys want to see. So let's save. Quick save. Here we go. Let's get in there and show all of the WANX elites, shall we? We have Guerrilla Stalkers, Trojan Princes, Champions of Troy, Assyrian Vanguard, Paragon Swordsmen, which I remember those guys from Troy, and WANX's Retinue. What other cool units should we throw in there? Show off the cavalry here. Let's see. Let's go with this. Let's do ultra funds here. Samarian Elite. These guys are sick. Mad Mares of Thrace. Let's throw those in there. I haven't seen them on the battlefield yet. Arzawan Chargers. Troy's Chosen. Interesting that Troy's Chosen is a native unit. Some of the native unit rosters, as you can see, have tier 6 units. And Troy is the Trojan area, the Assyrian area is one of them. As is Thrace. Where are those Assyrian cavalry we were talking about earlier? Trojan noble chariots. Okay, we have Akkadian horsemen. Akkadian. Oh, we're not going to get those. That's right. We have to do those are an elite unit, so we can't do those in this battle. You can see them over here on the enemy, though. Asher horse archers or Asher horse archers. And let's give them the horse masters. Oh, they have them. So we'll see them in this custom battle. We'll be able to see what the elite units look like for both the Aegean and Mesopotamian rosters. Let's make sure we give them everything. King of the Universe elites. Babylonian specialists, Elamite Royal Chargers, High Royal Guard, the Horse Masters we already have, and Great Mitanni Chariots, which they already have. Let's just throw all the elites in here, huh? Trojan Nobles. Do we already have Guards of Troy? No, we do not. Medjai asks, how did you get the unit cards to change? You just go to the settings, the interface settings, and you can switch between 3D and 2D unit cards. I started off with the 3D cards because I forgot that you could do 2D, but I switched over to 2D because it's more immersive. I do think the 3D cards are more, like, I don't know, readable. because each one is more distinct than the other. Whereas with the 2D cards, everyone is in the same pose. So like at a glance, it's easier to read the 3D cards, in my opinion. But the 2D cards just look so awesome. And they give Rome 2 vibes, right? So... oh, here we go. Alamu Heavy Camelry. Let us see Sekduct. Sure. Right after this custom battle, just remind me if I forget, and we can fire them up. Aegean armored archers, can't afford them. The sea peoples are so cool. Roving Kopesh warriors. Armored javelin men. Alright, let's get this show on the road, huh? Let's pick a map. Athens. $2D cards suck so much, that's why I hate Rome 2 the most. They are historic, but I prefer Attila style. Man, that's spicy, man. At first, I didn't like them way back in 2013 when Rome 2 launched, but they really grew on me. Especially because I ended up becoming a modder, and 2D unit cards are so much easier to make than 3D unit cards. So I'm biased. Here, let's just do this. L.A. Ingram asks, was Priam a playable character in Troy? No, he was not. Troy was an unplayable faction, kind of like the Ashikaga Shogunate was in Shogun 2. Dr. Roki likes the card. Same here, man. Thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate it. All right, let's see these bad boys.
Anything could be hiding in here.
So these are the Samarian elites. Dude, look at this guy's eyes, huh? Dude hasn't gotten a wink of sleep in 3 days. Either that or he's baked out of his mind. Really big fan of the armor on the horses. Look at that, guys. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Let's I'm gonna take a screenshot of that actually. All right, then we have Trojan princes. Absolutely dripped out of their gourds.
We've got more javelins than them. Warriors of Canaan.
Alamu heavy camelry. Oh, that's cool. So these guys, they're hybrids. They are ranged and melee. They have shields too. That's sick. Their stats aren't great, but let's see what their attributes are. Fire while moving, scares horses, immune to sweltering weather, hit and run. Oh, that's cool. It's like Frenzied Charge from Rome 2. All right, moving on, we have the Wanex's retinue.
They want blood. They'll get it.
And Total War is not the same without blood. Hopefully that drops tomorrow. Paragon Swordsmen, these guys look really cool. Trojan Nobles, they look, I think they look the same as the Trojan Princes. Let me see. Do they have the same skin?
For Troy.
I think they're slightly different, actually.
Archers ready.
Are they? I can't tell. Let me put them right now. Oh yeah, they are. They're a little different. These guys have a lighter blue hue to them. But they're basically the same. Brum Brum asks, is it just me or do the camels look unfinished? Let me see. I could see that. The mouth just hanging open. Keep in mind, I'm not playing on max settings either.
The land of no return beckons them.
But yeah, no, I could see what you're saying about them looking unfinished. Like, let's look at the horses one more time. And then the camels.
More javelins than them.
Yeah, oh, that guy's having a seizure. The horses definitely look better than the camels, no question about it. But if you hadn't pointed it out to me, I wouldn't have noticed it. Oh, that's cool.
We hide, we wait, we kill. Chariot warriors.
Here we have the Mad Mares of Thrace. Those awesome looking Phrygian helmets. That's Rome 2 vibes right there, the Phrygian helmets. I wonder how historically accurate that is. They've seriously been wearing this helmet design since the Bronze Age? Rome 2 takes place, the start is what, 278 BC, 271, something like that? And they're still using these Phrygian style helmets. The Greek factions do. Aegean armored javelin men.
We've got more javelins than them.
Pretty basic looking. Asuan Vanguard.
Battle hardened.
These guys look pretty sick. They got a lot of melee defense.
Their men are too weak to throw spears.
Troy's Chosen. Love the purple flourishes.
We serve.
Guards of Troy. All right, here's my hot take.
Their bodies for the crow.
I know that the peanut figure 8 shields are iconic, but man, I think they're ugly as hell. Still, you look at these guys and you know these guys can hold the line. Phalanx hold with charge reflect. Phalanx advance. Oh, we gotta try this out. I haven't tried this. Phalanx advance? So they get into phalanx formation and then start like moving forward in the middle of combat? Oh, dude. Let's hope it doesn't look super janky, because I'm imagining it looking cool.
State your orders.
Champions of Troy. These guys look even cooler. But yeah, not a big fan of the giant peanut shields.
Fools, they're not running.
Jorvatch says, Mad Mares of Thrace sounds like it could be a regiment of renown in Total War Warhammer. Yeah, I agree. It's a pretty badass name. Okay, we already saw those guys. Saw those guys. I think we saw everybody.
Hungry for glory. We've got more javelins than them.
Champions of Troy and... Yeah, we're going to put these guys in the front. Because we want to use that Phalanx Advance. I just want to see how it looks. This is the Asher Horsemasters. The tier 6 elite units that the Assyrians can get.
This is everything we trained for.
See their shields. Ooh, their shields are drippy. Can we just do it? The Kopesh gotta be one of the coolest, like, weapons. Coolest melee weapons ever made. Just looks vicious.
I sure will.
I remember using a mod back in Rome 2 that gave the Egyptian units Kopeshes. It looked really silly, but man, I just wanted my units to have Kopesh. I was trying to cosplay Bronze Age Egypt. Asher Horse Archers, which, according to Terminus, or sorry, not Terminus, Reptilicus, these guys are really overpowered. I have not used the Asher Horse Archers yet.
Just let me at them.
Renowned Armored Slingers. I remember these guys from Troy. All right, let's get this show on the road. Oh, really cool that you can see the settlement in the background here. I love that they brought this back, man. Back in the day, like Rome 1 and Medieval 2, this was a thing where if you fought right outside the city, you could see the city in the battle map. Really awesome that they brought that back. CA, man, CA just loves doing the 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Warrior's pride.
All right.
Foe cutters. Foe cutters.
Brum Brum asks, did Assyrians/Babylonians use Kopesh? Yes, they did. It is, in fact, historically accurate. I recently learned that, by the way. So,
Knocked and ready.
wow, look at the range on the Trojan princes and Trojan nobles. Holy cow. It's like artillery. Oh, let's see.
Warriors of Canaan. Look at all those slingers. Foes, beware. Armed and
Yeah, like, realistically, I should be putting my spearmen on the side here to defend against the inevitable flanking cavalry, but I'm putting them in the front because I just want to see that phalanx formation.
chariots. Good. Will do.
Man, why couldn't CA have launched with this? So much heartburn and drama avoided. I know. CA is the masters of shooting themselves in both feet.
Right then. Javelins.
Let's get the show on the road.
Order understood. They'll regret.
Here they come. See how the camels do against the Asher Horse Archers.
Combat ready. Nothing can stop us. Chariots ready.
Doing fire arrows. Another feature they brought back from Three Kingdoms and Attila, fire arrows.
Warriors of Canaan.
All right, we go. Oh man, they're getting crushed. Skirmish mode, what the heck was that?
Masters of war. Halt! For Troy! Battle hardened!
Phalanx advance.
Wavering. Chariots on the move.
Oh man, these guys are gonna smash.
Destroy the foe!
Let's see it. Okay, I see.
True warriors!
I mean, it definitely looks kind of janky,
Troy forever!
but it looks cool when they're walking.
Your warriors have been routed.
Probably getting smoked everywhere else.
Strike hard!
Maybe we can just cheese the general.
Ready for war. At your command.
Oh yeah, we're gonna cheese him. Javelins? Forget about it. He's toast.
Attack.
Oh, what the heck?
No mercy. For Troy. Off to glory. Advance.
I gotta go to sleep. It's almost 2 in the morning here. It's been fun. Thanks, Happy. Thanks for joining the stream, Jorvach. Appreciate it, man. Have a good night.
I'm not staying here.
Aaron says, this is exactly why I don't like most new Total War games. The combat animations are janky and clunky. Totally get that. It's the damn engine, man. Need a new engine.
Train for war.
Your warriors are wavering. Your general has fallen.
How am I able to play? I got early access, so I've been playing since last week. But today is the first day I've been allowed to actually show you the game.
Fight with pride. Spur the whole
See if we can get a good cavalry charge going.
pride on. Let fly. Here, here.
Wow, dude, these guys shred. Look at that. Absolutely washed.
For success. There's no turning this around. Attack. Ever enduring. Train for
What the heck is going on? They advanced through them. Yeah, it's definitely super janky.
fight with pride.
At least the cavalry charge looks okay.
Foes beware. At your command.
By the gods, your warriors are rallying.
For Troy.
Oh, there we go. The weather's changing now.
And ready.
Oh, I gotta get my cavalry out of here. I'm gonna shred them.
The gods guide us. Withdraw now.
Victory is within your grasp.
The fire effects look really cool. Dude, when the civilization status goes into crisis mode, the whole like sky looks red and or like orangey. It looks like the whole thing's on fire. It definitely gets pretty vibesy. Like it gets apocalyptic.
Cause for celebration. Head off. Glory to the souls.
All right, so that's the Wernex elite units and other elite units. Someone wanted to see Set Noct. So I'll show them off real quick. So one neat little thing when you do the minor factions, they took the time to do the strengths and weaknesses for each of them, which is nice to see. This is Set Noct's strength and weaknesses. Starts with 3 regions. He's got a lot of stone, not a lot of food and gold. It gives you recommendations for the diplomacy and just general advice. We start as High Commander of Egypt, so we have access to elite units from turn 1. Expand south to acquire bronze, and we have the sea travel lanes to the north, which they're basically like highways, so you can basically fast travel from Greece to Egypt by sea. Which, like, you need it because this may not like look like it, but it is huge. The map is huge. Like it takes forever to get across the entire sea. Before the Dynasties update launched, I would play the Supululuyuma campaign as the Hittites, and I had to sail to Egypt, and that was brutal. Candidate 592 asks, do the Greeks suffer a Dorian invasion? No, they do not. Random name says to each their own, LOL, but I think you've got some nostalgia glasses on. Totally get the difference in opinion, though. I'm not sure who that was to, but if you were talking about the old conversation about the combat animations and the engine, there's definitely nostalgia. Like, nostalgia goggles are absolutely a thing. But there's no question that, like, the combat animations can look really janky in the games since the modern Total War games.
Proud son of Egypt.
Like, the old games kind of benefited because the units felt, I don't know how to put this, like they had more weight to them in a way. Like, they were more static. It was hard to move them. You couldn't just, like, phase your guys through them as easily as you can in the Warscape games, where your units kind of like they're like slippery almost, like we saw earlier with the phalanx just eventually walking through the enemy troops. That's not something that you could do, at least not without taking a ton of casualties in the old games. But the old games also had really basic animations. At least Rome did. Medieval 2's killing animations, I think, still look pretty damn good, though. All right, this is Set Noct. This is his unique model. As you can see, he's old. 53. Check him out in the family tree. His son is Ramses, but he's not part of your faction. You do start with an heir, though, with an actual son. I wonder if this guy is historically accurate. Any Egyptologists in here, or just, you know, Bronze Age enjoyers know if Amun-Her Khepchet is real? I sailed as Karunta very fast, captured Memphis before turn 20, Cyprus before 12. Huh. You captured Memphis before turn 20? Wow. Dude, it's a long journey. Is this game worth it? In my opinion, yes. Absolutely. If you have any interest in the setting, that is. If you're like, oh, I just want Medieval 3, you know, you're stuck on that, then you're not going to like Pharaoh. But if you have any interest at all in this time period, and you can live without having, like, artillery, or like mythical units, then I definitely recommend this game.
Kill them all. None can withstand us.
All right, so that's Set Noct. What else does everybody want to see?
There's great potential for a deal here.
Why don't we see? Dude looks like King Philip before he died. Elam. Good choice, Louis. Let's do that. Louise. King Philip got me thinking about French people. All right, here we go. We have one Elamite faction that we can play. Let's check out their summary. They start with three regions in a corner. So that's an overpowered start right there to begin with. Start with food, wood, and gold. Just no bronze, so they're going to have to trade for that. Starting diplomacy to the west, Babylon, which is defensive and diplomatic. North, Elamites, warlike invaders. Advice: safe starting location, rare culture, diplomacy is harder. And Cult Center, Grand Temple is the starting building. Let's do something real quick. Let's randomize the personalities. And give it a go. Random name says, fun stream. Hope everyone has a great day later. Yeah, same to you, man. Take care. Thanks for joining. Ryan Potter says game doesn't come out until tomorrow. How do you have it already? Early access. Sorry, I should have put that in the title. Yeah, I got early access. A lot of content creators, you had to apply for it, and they gave you early access. So I've been playing it since the 18th, but we were not allowed to say or show off anything about the game until today.
I have carried the burden.
All right, here we go. Elam. Yeah, so we are literally on the edge of the map. I wonder if the invaders spawn in Elam, though. Because it said Elamites, warlike invaders. I know invaders spawn, like, up here. You have the... Not Haribu, Urartu, the people who are the ancestors to the Urartu, Jesus. They come down and they're a pain in the ass. And then you have invaders spawning from the desert. They're also a pain in the ass. I think there are people who spawn south of yeah. There is some sort of Arabian, like, invader faction that spawns. Oh, Alamu invaders, that's what they're called. They spawn down here. It caught me by surprise when I was playing as Babylon. So we start at war with who? A minor Assyrian faction, looks like. Let's check out our family tree. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. Halatusa, or Halutash. We're going to go with Halutash and stop there. He's got one son. Asuka says, can us peasants play it yet? Or is this still locked to content creators? Yeah, no, it's still locked for the peasantry. Unfortunately, until tomorrow. It's a little weird that we were only allowed to, like, show it off the day before it launched. But hey, look, I'm not complaining. I got to play the game a week early, dude. So I'm pumped about that. All right, let's see their roster. And their grand temple that I talked about. Oh, wow. They're not kidding. You start with a tier 5 landmark built. It's pretty strong, too. Grand Temple of Inshu Shanak. Grand Temple of Inshu Shanak. Is that our faction leader? Alutash in Shushanak. I mean, it's in his name, but it could just be like, hey, I'm naming myself Sargon, and then, because stealing past glory. All right, recruit. Elamite Vanguard, Elamite Hillman, so that's just their basic T1 stuff. Let's see. Elamite Veteran Slingers, Veteran Archers, Veterans, and Veteran Vanguard. And do we have elites? We get Asher Horse Archers.
The world is not that bad.
Elamite. Candidat says, I will go to sleep. Bye-bye. Take care, man. Enjoy playing it tomorrow. I know you've been absolutely, like, stoked for it.
Engage the enemy. We came out on top. So few are like me.
Okay, let's go to diplomacy and see what that situation's looking like. Is it a shit show? What's going on? So we have another Elamite faction, minor faction, that is friendly with us. Looks like everybody else does not like the Elamites. Which is pretty on brand for the Elamites historically. Lagash. All the cool, man, like ancient cities. It's just sick. I've been like grinding, trying to speed run learning Bronze Age history. And it's helping me get immersed so much into the game. Like I was watching Kings and Generals last night, and they were talking about the old Akkadian Empire. And they were talking about Lagash and Uruk and Ur, and obviously Babylon. Luis says Elamite hype is real. Agreed. Like, maybe this is a hot take, though. I don't love that they start in the very corner of the map. It feels a little cheesy to me. But they're the Elamites. Like they did. I'm glad that they exist in the game and they have a unique roster. So I'll probably end up playing them at some point, but I'll have to crank the difficulty, I think. But yeah, diplomacy is going to be a nightmare with these guys. Maybe that's how they feel balanced. I don't know. Look at this choke point. Like you can easily defend yourself. It would be really tough to lose the campaign as Elam. It feels like. Again, unless like the invaders just spawn in like right here. That could suck. Ismail asked, did you test the multiplayer campaign? I have not tried any form of multiplayer whatsoever. I heard somebody talking about desyncs. Somebody commented on my channel talking about desyncs for multiplayer, but I can't confirm anything or deny anything. I haven't touched multiplayer. Probably won't touch multiplayer. I don't really like Total War multiplayer, to be honest. When I want to sweat and get all like sweaty and stinky, freaking trying hard in strategy games, I just play Company of Heroes or curse the name League of Legends. Okay, let's actually play, shall we? Hop into the river here.
Watch the horizon. Report army status.
Pay gold to fast construct? No, that is very expensive. We'll probably have to backstab our Elamite friends here so I can get the full province. Are they at war with anyone yet? No. Maybe we wait till they get into a war with someone and then we backstab them. Ismail says, Company of Heroes is one of the best for sure. You know, it's funny you say that. I got mixed feelings. I've got 1,000 hours in Company of Heroes 2. But it's tough for me to recommend it. Company of Heroes 3 is easier to recommend. Because most of the frustrating stuff from Company of Heroes 2 is fixed in Company of Heroes 3. But Company of Heroes 2 just has so much better art design and sound design, and the factions are more interesting. But Company of Heroes 3 is just a much better playing video game. So it's way less frustrating. But yeah, I play Company of Heroes 3 when I want to, you know, get all sweaty and try hard. Total War multiplayer has just never appealed to me. Hey, speaking of Reptilicus, here he is. Thanks for joining the stream, man.
Like the pillar.
Hey, Reptilicus, who's your favorite faction in the campaign so far? Oh, we have a unique landmark outpost as well. Look at this thing. Looks like it's straight out of Minecraft. Choga Zanbil. Gives us legitimacy and siege holdout time. Thing is wacky looking, huh? Okay, so top 3 here: Setnacht, Lulubi, or Urartu, and Elam. Interesting choices. Elam got shafted hard by not being a major faction, otherwise their campaign is really sick. Yeah, so I was just saying before you popped in the stream that this is like like an edgy hipster thing of me to say, but I don't love that they start in the very corner of the map because it feels like cheesy. It feels unfair. It's like, corner camping in battles. It feels like that, but on the campaign version. Because it's like hard for me to imagine losing a campaign as Elam, like genuinely being wiped out. Like, whereas if you play like someone like Hanigalbat, where you're surrounded by enemies, you could realistically actually lose. Now, do you know if the land people spawn in and invade Elam? Because that could change things. But otherwise, like, look at this. You're never going to have to defend this stuff. Unless from the south? No. I don't think so. I think this is just corner camping campaign. But the Elamites are so cool. They have so much flavor historically, too. So I can see why you would pick them. Ismail says, are the soundtracks different from area to another on the map? Yes, I believe they are. Some of them, I was hearing some of the Egyptian music when I was playing the Babylonians, but I think that the soundtracks are different because in the Aegean, I was hearing the Total War Saga Troy music.
Sounds important.
Yeah, their economy is insane. Shame the rest of Elam is missing from the map. They spawn, but I don't think I've had a war declaration. I think they just chilled. Their roster is ass, but they have some wonderful, unique assets. Yeah, just the fact that they have, like, a complete roster. Like, okay, compare, what I mean by that is, even if their roster is ass performance-wise, they have a lot of bases covered. Whereas my boys, the Arameans, I think is actually how you pronounce them, they only get like 2 or 3 units. Sad. I mean, I'm happy they exist at all, don't get me wrong, but they're like 2 or 3 units in the area where the Sutu start. I was hoping to start Aram Damascus early by spamming a bunch of Arameans and going in and taking Damascus. But it doesn't look like that's going to be a thing. If this game takes off, popularity-wise, though, I could absolutely see an Aramean mod happening. There's already an Aramean mod for Vanilla Pharaoh. Yo, go to your Generals tab, look at the axe you can equip. Let's see.
10,000 correct actions.
Whoops. Oh, what? The regalia of Elam's kings is shrouded in mystery, like Inshusanak himself is. I have a question for you, Reptilicus. I think it's sick. I don't know why he doesn't start with it. This Minecraft looking wonder. No, not this one. Sorry. This thing, the Grand Temple of Inshushanak. Is this based on the king that we have here? This in Shushanak, or is it like a legendary figure in the past and Elamite kings just named themselves in Shushanak after him? Also, he's a hedonist. Do we know if the traits are randomized for the minor factions? Because if so, that's pretty funny. He spawned as a hedonist. This guy likes to party. Ismail says, aren't the area recruitment system included, so it doesn't really matter how bad the faction's roster is? Yeah, that's one of the strengths of Pharaoh. Like I was saying early in the stream, it's nice to always have something to look forward to when you're, on your conquests across the map, because you're always going to be able to recruit different units depending on where you are. It's a big strength of the game, honestly. More Total War games should do that going forward. Because if you were just limited to your core units, it's kind of like how the auxiliary system works in Rome 2. Miguel says, hello, is this game good now? Yes. There it is. Simple answer. Simple as. If you can handle long turn times, which you can see right here, then yeah, the game is great. I'm having a blast. It's been 84 years since we had a solid historical title that had meat on its bones. You are very welcome.
Bag of gold or bronze blade?
Major Windy says the game looks really big now. Yeah, it is. It's the biggest. Look at the size of this thing. It is the biggest historical Total War map we've ever had. It's awesome. Oh my god, I'm so happy it's finally here. The game should have launched like this. I started when Pharaoh launched last October. I was so like tilted and salty. I only got halfway through writing my review, and it was like turning into a big rant about the map and how it was such a whiff, a missed opportunity to only include a slice of the Bronze Age world. Then the game flopped, obviously, and I never imagined that they would actually do this. I thought we were done. Like when that game bombed, I thought they were going to wash their hands and just leave. So the fact that we got this at all, and the fact that it's free is this is truly the greatest timeline. No, it is not. No, it isn't. What am I fucking saying? It is not the greatest timeline. The greatest timeline would have been if it launched like this to begin with. It's not the worst timeline. How's that? Recruitment slots. Modeled after a real-life weapon found at Choga Zanbil, the Minecraft building. Yeah, when we get into a battle here, we'll take a look at it. Oh, we're in for a tough time. Let's see what the map's gonna look like. Oh yeah, we're in for a bad time, boys. Reptilicus says the greatest timeline would be having this on launch plus Major Elam. I could see Elam. All right, let me ask you this. I'm going to just say what I think here, and then I want to know your opinion. I think Elam is a top contender for like a big overhaul mod that's going to come out. I could easily see that happening. I think you'd have an overhaul for Elam coming. I think the Arameans are up there too. I think that the Phrygians might be a little bit further down the list, honestly. Seknokt probably will have his own roster at some point. Maybe Merneptah. That'd be pretty cool. If he got the mod treatment. Actually, this map isn't nearly as bad as I thought it was. There's another map that has this Twin Rivers situation where the hill here is like Mount Everest. Okay, here we go. Let's see that axe. Come here, in Shushanak. Very pretty game, by the way. I'm not playing on max settings, just for the stream, but... Oh wow! What is that? A boar on the axe head? That is sick. There's something on the side too. It looks like. Is that a lion with the axe head coming out of its mouth? Get out of my way, Chief. I'm trying to see this axe here. Dude, that's exactly what it is, isn't it? That thing looks sick. Thanks for pointing this out. I would have completely missed this. Zoom in to the helmets as well and the clubmen. Okay.
We have trained for this, brother.
What about them? The skull caps? And Shushanak. What the heck is that? Hold on. Oh, it's a bird. Oh, wow, that is cool. The bird with the tail feathers. And you said this is all like lore accurate, modeled off of real life?
Recheck equipment. Taking initiative. Divide ranks. Never back down.
Ismail says, I just can't stop thinking of having a broken crescent mod made on this map. I could see it. Yeah, Crusades map would work great for this, or Crusades mod would be great for this map, but man, that's a lot of work to make a full medieval overhaul, you know?
A dense fog helps no one. Stand your legs.
How are you liking the new vision changes, Reptilicus?
We march. On the move.
There we go.
Light work for you slingers, eh?
Someone already modded Roman legionaries in? Let's go, huh? RGXT says, when does this release for us plebs? Tomorrow. Releases tomorrow.
Honor to God. Bludgeon them. Shoot now.
These guys in action. Let's get them up on the hill.
On we go.
So CA doesn't really advertise this anywhere. I think they did do a blog at some point, but terrain height really matters. So like I've done quite a bit of modding and editing the database files, and terrain height affects melee damage, it affects missile damage, unless they changed it for Pharaoh, that is. But as of Rome 2, and I believe Warhammer, it matters a lot. Having the high ground is it can affect things by quite a sizable multiplier. I could pull it up after this if I really wanted to and let you know. I think it goes up to 20%. This is gonna hurt. Let's try to brace and see if that changes anything. Or he's just not gonna do the charge anyway, and then alright. AI being terrible.
Step by step. Clubs. We must turn the tide. Make the gods proud.
Miguel, what goes up by 20%? Sorry, either melee attack or defense or some kind of combat stat. It scales with the incline of the hill. So the steeper the incline, the better the bonus for the person on the top of the hill.
Strike with precision.
Let me see I want to see this guy's axe in person here, if we can get close enough to it. There he is. He's not in the front line. Hold on. There he is. He's going up. He wants some. And Shushanak's like, let me get some of that. Nope, now he's going back. He did his little swing, and now he's all done. And now he can say, hey guys, I was in the battle and I swung at somebody, but he's not actually in he's not actually in any danger, but he can mark that he was safe on Facebook. Dude, look how sick these guys look. These guys are just basic bitch like mid-tier units. Those round Mesopotamian shields, those are drippy. Miguel says, I heard you don't want your generals fighting in this game. Yeah, did you watch Andy's takes review? Because he talked about that. That has not been my experience. Watch this. Watch my general die when I say that hasn't been my experience. Yeah, I send my generals in like a decent amount. They have protection from lethality. At least, like, I think it's once the unit gets below a certain health threshold, then your general can be one-shot, but otherwise he has one-shot protection. Reptilicus might know that.
Time to move. Nothing can stop us. Too much.
What difficulty you want? I'm just playing on normal right now.
As
I played Memnon on Veteran, I believe, a little bit. You know what's interesting? I noticed on Veteran difficulty in this game, you don't have public order debuffs. So, you know how in most Total War games since Rome 2, the higher the difficulty, the worse public order is for you? That's not a thing in this game, which is really nice. So I really wonder how how difficult Veteran really is going to be if they're reducing the cheats that much. They talked about that in one of the Q&As, how they want to minimize cheating as much as physically possible. Wow, these clubmen are getting killed. They are racking up the kills. And Shushanak's not doing shit for kills. Reptilica says they should have one-shot protection, but mind you, this version is still not the launch difficulty. I had battles where I killed enemy generals in the first volley. I haven't noticed public order debuffs, even on vanilla, like legendary is a breeze from the civil order part. Who needs kills when you got a drip axe? True. Look at this. The general's still not dead. There we go. I think he was literally the last person to die. The enemy general, that is. Mackie says, when... I thought this doesn't come out to the 25th. Yeah, it doesn't come out till... Alright. I screwed up by naming it launch stream. I got early access, so... We got to... The people like me and Reptilicus and others, we got to show it off a day early. His shield looks pretty cool, too.
We are victorious.
Oh, these guys outperform. They did a lot of damage. Man, the two-hand, the shock infantry does a lot.
My orders are to take you away. So few are like me. I have carried the burden of my duty for a long time. Sound marching horns.
Let's see. Shrine of Inshushanak. Hold on a second. Wait a second. Is Inshushanak the god? The Elamite god? And the king named himself after the god? Is that what's going on? So this the Minecraft landmark is named after a deity? Because that would make... Or not the Minecraft one. I keep saying that, dude. This one, the Grand Temple. It's named after a deity. That would make sense. I'm sitting here thinking it's named after the king. Miguel says, how are sieges? They're mid. The sieges are mid. I'm gonna be honest, like, I dread them. I don't enjoy sieges. I haven't enjoyed sieges in Total War in a long maybe ever? I don't know if I've ever liked sieges.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I don't think so. Like, even back as far back as Medieval 1. Sieges were jank, the pathfinding was terrible. Rome 1 and Medieval 2, AI was horrendous with sieges, just totally broken. Empire Total War, again, broken with the fort sieges. Napoleon fixed them, but, you know, not really, still not that fun. Shogun 2 had decent sieges, but you had to fight sieges so much because of the way that game was designed that I dreaded them in that game eventually as well. Rome 2 sieges are not bad, not terrible. You know, they're bearable, but it took a long time for them to become playable. everybody knows how bad Rome 2 was on launch. Attila sieges, same thing, not bad. I think Rome 2 and Attila probably have the most fun sieges, but it's not really a most fun for me. It's more of a least shit, if that makes sense. I'm just not a fan of sieges. They're fun to play once in a while, but as far as like especially siege attacking, I can't stand it.
Engage the enemy.
Or I won't say I can't stand it. I avoid it if I can.
Sound battle horns. The day is ours. Bring order to this settlement.
Hey, we discovered Inerta. Speaking of people named after gods. Reptilicus, when are you going to make a gods tier list, man?
How long will the world last?
All right, should we maybe try one more faction and then call it for the stream? Let's see. I think we should do that. Reptilicus says, soon, I don't know where to start with the tier lists and guides now, since people are asking for everything. Oh man, it must be so... I absolutely hate it when people really want me to make content, huh? It's the worst thing ever. Alright, who do we look at last? Should we do the Samarians? Oh, we could do the Alashia too. That would be cool. I think the Samarians is what we should do. Thank you for showcasing Elam. Can't wait to play this update. No problem, man. Thanks for joining the stream. Reptilicus asks, what did you show off before I joined the stream? We showed off Ajax and Diomedes. We showed off Babylon. We showed off a bunch of the Wanex elite units. We showed off the Asher Horsemasters and some other elite units. Who else? We did Set Noct. And we did Elam. We just did Elam, and now we're doing the Samarians.
Veteran of Hatti.
Interesting.
Born to spill
Kind of.
blood.
Let me see what their culture is technically. Do they have their own culture, or are we Phrygian? Nope, we're definitely not Phrygian. Okay, I guess I think so. The Samarians are technically considered Hittites. Is that what I'm seeing here?
Ruthless. History will remember me. Hatti will rise again.
I swear to God, they handled the Samarians so poorly. The Lulubi are a more realistic Samarian experience. Two or more stacks with Apollo plus Set will be completely insane in terms of damage. Aten and Hateshput are no doubts meta stuff. Only see people's path with huge loot buff can compete. So what you're saying is for the ultimate cheese experience, just like fast rush to Egypt when you play as Mycenae and discover Set, and then you get, or no, Troy would be better for that then, because you start with Apollo as Troy. And in fact, you'd be able to use the Trojan archers with that crazy overpowered combo you're talking about. That could be fun.
Clarity does not mean
Especially with the sea lanes now, so you might be able to get there pretty fast. I will say I had a blast with Babylon, but I also really enjoyed the Hittites.
we must be ruthless.
back in vanilla, I played before Dynasties, before I got early access to this. I played a full campaign as Supaluluyuma, and I really clicked with the Hittite roster. It's very straightforward, heavy infantry, heavy chariots, pretty fun stuff. It was giving kind of like Rome energy.
With me, children become men.
Miguel asks, "Is the Sea People's invasion mechanic neat?" It's just kind of how it was. I don't know if you know how it was on launch, except now they're like, when they spawn in, they're actual factions, and they're not just scripted armies that run around raising everything. They play more like how the Mongols and the Timurids behave in Medieval 2, where they spawn in and then they become actual factions. Whereas before they were like the Chaos Invasion. I know it's super simple, but I can't stop enjoying this resource economy. I know some people didn't like it. And again, it's super basic, but it just gives me, I think it's because I grew up on Age of Empires, that it just gives Age of Empires vibes so much. And it gives me reasons to want to capture certain settlements. Like everybody knows in Total War, like it can get really samey when you conquer a lot of settlements. Like they all just kind of start to blend together. And that still happens in Pharaoh. But it helps a little bit. Especially early game and mid game where I'm like, oh man, I don't have any bronze. I need to capture a bronze settlement. Stone is a big one that I find myself lacking early on. Very interesting stuff going on here. Yeah, sorry, I'm just kind of rambling. Oops, don't want to do that. I didn't even look at the Samarians roster. That was a silly mistake. Let's see. Do they show it here? No. Okay.
I will ascend.
Can look at their roster here, I think. Let's see. Samarian. So right away at tier 3, you get horse archers and looks like medium cavalry. Let's see. And then in tier 4, you get Urartu guards. Dude, wait a minute. Hold on. Time out. Urartu. Earlier, I was sitting there saying that the Urartu were spawning in over here, like Armenia area, like Zagros Mountains kind of areas. Am I correct? Why are the Samarians here in Anatolia and also all the way over in Mesopotamia? Can anyone answer that question? Like, who knows about that historically?
Born to spill blood. We must be ruthless.
You grew up with Age of Empires. I grew up with Age of Mythology. We are not the same. Hey, listen, man, I played Age of Mythology as well. I loved it, but I grew up on Age of Empires. Yeah, we are not the same.
I never doubted you, men. I grow stronger each day. Endless aggression. Resistance is necessary.
Screwed up. I should delete this and build the I want the native roster. I want to be able to make horse archers.
That is
Let me see what the diplomatic situation is like again. So the Phrygians absolutely hate us.
History will remember me.
Shupaluluyuma doesn't mind us.
I will unite this. I serve Hati. History will remember me.
So our expansion opportunity is basically just either expand to the west or expand south. If I go to the south, I can get gold. Yeah, the Samarians so far are a little underwhelming. So like I feel like I'm just kind of playing a Hittite faction right now. Whereas when I was playing Elam just a few minutes ago, they felt distinct. Even playing Napata, Memnon down in southern Egypt feels pretty distinct with the Kushite stuff. Of course he shares a lot of things with Amen-Mes, but these guys just feel like Hittites. The Lulubi version of the Samarians, I guess, if you want to say that, they definitely feel distinct. Like they feel like that sort of steppe faction, much more so than these guys seem to. So are these all descended from the same Samarians, Reptilicus? If I go to hell and they force me to play a game, it will be Age of Empires 1 or 2, or maybe Rome 2. Good choices. I played Age of Empires 3 before 2, and I still can't play 2 even on 4K. Oh, wait, but why would... Okay, so wait a second. You just said that if you can't play 2, but if you went to hell, you would choose Age of Empires 2. Make it make sense. Random name. Thank you for the dono, man. He says, love the stream. Do you know if Libu and Phrygian raiders and stuff still spawn, or is it just see people now? The Libu still spawn, for sure. The Phrygians, I don't know. I haven't been over here, like played in this area of the map when they spawn in. So, like when they would spawn in. I want to say yes, but I don't know for sure since there are now playable Phrygians. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are, because even though there's playable Alamu desert invaders, like you can play the Sutu, which are Alamu culture, there are still Alamu invaders. Like the faction is called Alamu invaders, and they come in. So I don't see why it would be any different with the Phrygians, because it's the same thing with the Libu as well, where you have the playable Libu, whatever, Libyans, and then you have the Libu invaders. Oh, it just feels so bad. Not like I'm gonna delete this. I want the Samarian units.
That is nothing to fear.
Damn it, LOL. Hate Caspian and Phrygian spawns. Thanks. Now you make a good Hittite, man. Did you also play a lot of the Hittites? It sounds like you played Supaluluyuma as well. Cody Smith says, put off getting Pharaoh and kept playing Three Kingdoms instead. This new update has me interested. Hell yeah, man. It's pretty solid. If you like the time period or have any interest in it, definitely recommend it. As long as you don't mind having pretty long turn times. That's the big thing I've been warning people about. Like, I have a pretty good computer, and the turn times are long enough to annoy me. So if you don't have a pretty good computer, be prepared to be waiting 25, 30 seconds in between turns. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up. Oh yeah, spammed a lot of Super Luluyuma. Love the roster and his voice lines. Yeah, I liked him a lot too. I think he starts at 30 years old now. So he's still pretty young when you play him in this campaign. He says, no more dreams of the world burning when you kill a Sea People general. Oh, wow, that's really cool. Dude, you know what else he says? And I only heard him say this once. And I recorded it because it was an awesome Easter egg. Supaluliyuma, this motherfucker straight up said, war. War never changes. I was like, did he really just say that? My man's quoting Ron Perlman over here. 1200 BC, quoting Ron Perlman. Yeah, so love that Easter egg. I love that some of the voice lines for the Sea Peoples are excellent. In Mesopotamia, one of my favorite voice lines they have is, how long will a world last? It just sounds really badass the way he delivers it. Oh no, I don't have enough stone. Hold on. Bro, your voice is crisp as fuck. Thanks, God. I appreciate it, man. Wow, I am a dumbass. I just can't. All right, hold on. Somebody give me stone, please.
I am interested to hear what you have to offer.
I'm not giving you a settlement. Come on, give me a break. Get real. Let's do, we can do 800 food, maybe? Just need some stone here so I can make some horsies. Want to see the cavalry, the Samarian cavalry. Yeah, dude, the turn, look at this shit. They broke the end turn sequence with this update. I don't know what they did, but you know, it chugs you down to 2 FPS. And the factions go by in these big, like, chugging, stuttery clumps of 5 instead of going by 1 at a time, smoothly. The rest of the game runs like butter. Like, look at this, 144 solid FPS. But once I go into the end turn sequence, I'm chug-a-lugging.
Doing my duty.
They really need to fix that shit.
I shall reap a mighty crop.
I'm just gonna spend the gold to nope, never mind. No, I'm not. Tell you what I will do is spend the gold to get him married, though. Remarkable beauty. All right, faction leaders married. Go on, have children. Have at it. Samarians have the same emblem as the settled Amazon. Yes, they do, man. And you know something? It kind of pisses me off because we couldn't get the Amazons, but they appropriated their emblem. And so far, this faction is kind of mid. So not only did they steal the emblem, but I'm not really impressed with the faction that they gave it to. So let's see. Can you delete event messages now? When I had like 250, it started to drop FPS. When it was more than 500, it's a slideshow. What do you mean, event messages? Like the pop-ups on the right? These? Yeah, no, you can't delete them. Like, you can't click X and get rid of them on the thing. But how the hell did you have 250 event messages? Did you own every single settlement on the map? There isn't even 250 regions in vanilla. Cody Smith says, I think my 4070 with my i9 will do just fine. Turns do look slower. Battles look really good. Love the kill animations. Yeah, I also have a 4070. How's it feel to also pay for an overpriced product? Feels pretty bad, right?
I need anger and discipline. I will conquer.
i9 though, yeah, you're gonna be cooking. I had 1500 on move 4 with Palisade. You can move the entire map in one move. Delete your village, get lord, etc. Oh, dude, I saw that. I saw on Reddit. Hold on? I saw something on Reddit where. Are you sure it was the Palisade? Because this guy was playing as the Sheridan, and he was able to like do a world conquest by turn 4, or like win. He got like the victory. He won a minor victory by turn 4 by like abusing a bug or exploit or something where you could just keep refreshing your movement. I don't know how that's possible. I didn't read too much into it. I don't know how like you wouldn't run out of troops, you know, depending on how many settlements you take. Like you're still going to take losses. So how did you do it? Random name. Is this Bill Burr's YouTube account? Good one. Interacting with shrines refunds the percentage of movement to reach it. Yeah. I know that. If you build them smart and insta-construct with gold from raising, it's GG. Holy cow, that is some min-maxy shit. So you're saying you'd have to like plan out your route to make sure that you have enough movement speed. But wait, the Sheridan and the Palisade can they have movement points after they take a settlement? It doesn't drain them like of all their movement? Can't wait for this to get released on Mac. Yeah, it's been announced as far as I'm aware. It's been announced for Mac. I think Feral Interactive is doing the port. Yes, I raised almost all Anatolia move forward. Dude, you should upload it on YouTube. Somebody needs to upload that. I want to watch that. Hell no, I'm not just giving you fucking stone for nothing. Boy, do I love getting 2 FPS and the end turn sequence. One of my all-time favorite things. Alrighty, here we go. We can get some actual bona fide Samarian units in a few turns. Getting crushed on public order right now, though. I think it was Super Luluyuma has some pretty cool, unique buildings. That's one thing I do wish with the minor factions in this update. I wish they gave them some of the unique buildings that the major factions have. I could just borrow 1 or 2 here or there from a nearest neighbor or something. Cody Smith says, thanks for chatting. I'm sub now. Catch y'all later. Thanks, man. Enjoy the game. Thanks for joining the stream. You just need like 50 gold to insta-build your village and 200 stone. You get 120 stone back. Hold on, let me read this critically. You just need like 50 gold to insta-build your village and 200 stone. Get 120 stone back and an army for free. I thought you only got armies for free as the Palisade when your settlement was raised, like your outpost got raised. I played a decent amount of the Palisade, and I should know this. Hey, they got busy. Child was born.
Death is nothing to fear. Hati will rise again.
When you can delete village, it's the same. Wow, that is cheesy. So if you delete your outpost, it spawns the free stack? Dude, that is ridiculous. That is what an oversight, dude. That is so cheesy. Holy cow. How is that still? I wonder if they fixed it. Let's test it. Well, no. One thing at a time. I wanted to end the stream like 20 minutes ago, but now you got me fired up. So we're going to make some horse archers, do a battle, and then we're going to do the Peliset cheesy thing. You sticking around for a little bit? Sorry, Miguel, what's my favorite faction? My favorite faction so far? Like in the whole game or just with the new stuff? If I'm just going by the new stuff, that's tough, man. I did really like Babylon, but their roster is very uninspiring to me. It's very bland and basic, so I don't know if I can go with Babylon. I certainly had a blast with their campaign. I did like Napata, man. I love Memnon. He's just a Chad. The Sutu also. I don't know. It's tough for me to answer that question because I haven't played everybody yet. There's 39 factions, so I've only played a fraction of that. Troy was decent as well. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough for me. That's tough. So far, though, out of the ones I've played, I would say probably Napata and Babylon, I guess. I guess I have to go with Babylon. Hold on, let me check my saves. Refresh my memory who I've played. Oh, I do need to play more Ugarit. If we're doing the whole game, I really loved Superluliuma. But if we're just doing the new content. Sutu again. I really enjoyed them. Their roster's not that great, but it's unique. You get Aramean units, you get camels. And their start's their start's whatever. You start in the desert. Damascus, I gotta play them more too. Yeah, so here you go. I mean, that's all the factions that I've played. Yeah, I'll give it to so far my favorites would be Napata and Babylon. But again, I still have to play through. Another reason why my review isn't out is because I want to play more shit. I've already played like 25 hours so far, but I've only scratched the surface. So review is in progress. Hopefully that is a satisfying enough answer. Sorry I couldn't give you like something concrete. You ask me again in a week or 2 weeks. Give me 2 weeks, and then I can probably give you a more solid answer. But if we're doing the whole Pharaoh, like all of Pharaoh, then Superluliuma was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the Hittites way more than I thought I would. I played quite a bit of Bay in the first game, or in the pre-Dynasties version of Pharaoh. I didn't really like him. I don't know if it's just because I didn't like Bay as a character, or if it was just the faction was just not that cool. It was both. I don't really like the ambushy, sneaky crap. I'm a very knuckle dragger, unga bunga, straightforward type of player. That's why the Hittites really spoke to me, because it's just guys in really heavy armor going forward. That's the faction. All these missions suck, because I'm not planning on taking the gold resource. Well, let's do that. Gabriel Guarino says, now the icons of the buildings are colorful. That's good. I can distinguish them better now. Yes. The fact that on launch we needed a mod for that was pretty bad. I think they changed it. Like, I think the base game, after the Sea Peoples update, I think also had colored icons. So they did respond to that feedback, but I'm pretty sure anyway. Hey, Gyros Meister, thanks for joining the stream. No, I am not dead. Pharaoh Dynasties has revived me, resurrected me in my channel. How many more turns do we have? Oh, we're good. We can make horses now. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, the unit cards for the cavalry are really nice. Let's see how the 3D ones look. You guys let me know. Take a mental image of this right now. And we're going to switch to the 3D ones real quick. And I want to know what you guys prefer.
Violence is necessary.
So, my opinion, I think that I like the 2D ones a lot better for the cavalry, especially. Wow, I've done a 180 on this. I originally played with the 3D ones and preferred them over the 2D because of like readability. But I've now gotten so used to the 2D that the 3D kind of looks shitty for me now. Well, it doesn't look shitty, but it doesn't. There's just not enough. There's a lot more character, if that makes sense, in the 2D ones. And the arts for the cavalry on the 2D is really, really pretty. Let me go back to that.
Born to spill blood.
Yeah, that's really nice looking, man. Really high resolution too. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry I butchered your name, man. I've been butchering all of the names in the game too, don't worry. If that makes you feel any better. Helps with immersion, I agree.
We must be ruthless.
Alright, let's do two. I guess we'll do two melee cav and one horse archer. We're gonna have to go fast because we're gonna run out of bronze, so I'm gonna have to just blitz somebody in a minute. In fact, let's get ready. Yeah, we're gonna blitz in here.
Press onwards.
Dude, why is my public order so bad? Holy cow. English-speaking people are always having these problems. Yeah, I know, man. It's like when I'm butchering English and I'm monolingual, and it's like, wow. There's people over here who are trilingual, and I'm barely monolingual. How is the resource system compared to Three Kingdoms? We got Civil War. Civil War in Egypt. The resource system, I prefer it in this game. But, yeah, that's it. There's nothing wrong with the resource system in Troy. I mean, Three Kingdoms. One thing I really like about Three Kingdoms that other Total War games don't have, or haven't had since Empire, Empire and Napoleon, is population. Three Kingdoms brought back the population mechanic. And that helps a lot with immersion. I always laugh when Legend of Total War tries to pronounce Fort Jakova or Volksgrad. Oh god, I probably just butchered it too. The map is gorgeous, the most beautiful in a Total War game behind Troy. Yes, the map is gorgeous. And I agree, Troy looks like a painting almost. Like when you reveal the fog of war in Troy, it like burns away. Like it's like if you took a piece of paper and lit it on fire from one of the corners of it and just let the fire sort of slowly go up and burn it away. That's what it looks like in Troy when you reveal the fog of war. I think that is such a cool effect. Legend speaks German? Holy shit, today I learned. There it is, Egyptian Civil War begins. Do they have population in this game? I just joined, didn't get to hear. They do not have population the way that you would probably want it. But what they do have is like kind of like this abstraction of it called idle workforce, where I don't know, it's kind of like how the growth mechanic is. It's basically just the growth mechanic, but a little bit more immersive. So instead of growth, you have idle workforce, and like every turn you get like you build towards getting a pop, if you want to call it that. And then every time you build a building, it spends idle workforce. But if you don't build anything, the idle workforce builds up over time, and you start getting like quote unquote overpopulation. So you can see that it starts hurting happiness, but you also start getting more recruitment slots. And that's, I guess, how they half-ass simulate a population system. Again, it's not the kind of population system that I would want, but it's better than nothing. Have you played with the Sea People? Are they fun to play, or has nothing changed with the new big update? I haven't played them with the new update, but I don't think they've changed at all. I think they still have the exact same starting locations. I haven't read the patch notes, though, so they may have changed, but I don't think they did. I wish they'd get rid of the minor/major settlements. Yeah. Yep. I hear you. English speaking should have some language at school anyway, isn't it? Or in college? Yes, but like Scotty said, kids don't take it seriously at all. I took 2 semesters of Spanish in college, and I just completely forgot all of it. Okay, here we go. We're declaring war on these fuckers.
Kill them all. Die, fool.
Oh boy, that was a 17-man stack. Let's fight this out. Dude, I'm gonna get dumpstered. I'm attacking a minor settlement with cavalry, and he has all spearmen. All right, win or lose, whatever happens with this battle, we're gonna do the Peliset cheese after this. All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's check out the cavalry, shall we? Let's get them in the light here. Can we get some lighting? Oh, these guys look cool. They have the what the heck? I forget what these are called, but they're in Attila in Rome 2, I believe. And these little step caps, if you want to call them that, these were also in Rome 2. These are iconic from that game. Again, it's kind of crazy. Whoever was here earlier, the Thracians use like a what's called a Phrygian helmet in this game, which is also used in Rome 2. And I'm like sitting there scratching my head thinking, dude, Rome 2 takes place 1,000 years after this game, and they're still using that same helmet type. I wonder how historically accurate that is. Yeah, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why, like, how I'm gonna make cavalry work in this battle, but we're gonna do our best. Where do I want to attack from? I think over here. Definitely over here. Does Mycenae and Troy start off with bad relations? Yes, they do. In fact, all of the Greek factions have negative aversion with the Trojan culture. So you're definitely pushed towards fighting. What the fuck? What? I just told them to attack and they're like running up. What was that? Did you guys just see that? I just told my... Why are they not shooting? What is happening right now? Hello? Well, I can add this to the bug list. What the... Let's see if can the horse archers freaking shoot? Can anybody shoot, or is everybody taking the day off? All right, there we go. Oh, now they go to fire. All right, hold on. I gotta clip capture that to make sure, so I can submit a bug report. That was ridiculous right there.
Fight with pride.
Let's get the cavalry over here, and we can do a little cheeky flank. Oh, he wants to smoke. Getting shredded, though.
Are we in range of their slingers?
All right, back it up, back it up.
Right on! We succeed! End this rabble!
We can bait him out here, hopefully.
To battle!
And then we'll have open field to charge in
Halt!
with the cav.
Bound by duty!
Nope, we don't want the king up there up front, that's for sure.
Ready for battle! Ride on!
Oh, but there's mud. The terrain effects are brutal in this game.
Death, thank you!
Especially for chariots.
Might and glory!
It's like it's like molasses. Okay, here we go.
Strike them down! Fear me!
Just gotta be careful with these spearmen here.
True warriors! Break their spirits! Fight with pride! I was born for this! Break them!
Charged right into spearmen.
Nothing can stop us!
Oh, got a lot of kills though. 50 kills. Wow. All right, now we pull out. Damn, these guys smashed. They charged into spears and they still did work. Now we can maybe do a rear charge on the king, or we can just cycle back in and get another charge on those jabs to make sure that they don't shred us.
Fight with pride!
Do one of these.
Embrace your fury!
Oh, my king died. I guess Andy's take was onto something.
Might and glory! Swing and loose! Fight with pride!
Get out now, you can get out now.
The horses!
Hit the king, you come back here, charge these guys. You guys shoot them in the back.
Spears!
Fight with pride.
Wow, 119 kills, dude. These guys are strong. But I'm getting surrounded now, gotta get out.
Send the hailstorm! Run! We ride! Ride on!
I can... The best part about the cavalry is they're running down routing units.
At a canter! For the homeland! Turn back! Slings loose!
Okay, here we go. Let's get around that way.
Fight with pride.
Spearmen!
Let's get one big juicy charge into the general.
Victory is not possible!
Look at the kills go up.
This is hopeless!
Oh yeah, there we go. Mass route.
Victory
So the horse archers ran out of ammunition. Now we get to see how they do in melee combat.
Spare the horses. At a canter. With me, men. Spur the horses. For the thousand gods. Swing and loose. Gods bless our bows.
How the hell did these guys get over here? Yeah, I think that's a wrap.
Ready for battle. Ready for battle. For the thousand gods. Look at them limping. We ride.
I love how your units talk shit in this game. Look at them limping.
Make them tremble.
March on!
GG. I'm actually surprised we won that. The cavalry overperformed.
It was never in doubt, my brothers.
Yeah, 141 kills, man. 1,099 damage, gold value as damage. Wow. I see the appeal. I get what Reptilicus was talking about. These, they're the real deal, dude. These horse archers and these cavalry. Fun to use, too. A lot more maneuverable than the chariots. How did you command the unit to go around and encircle? So if you hold shift and you right click and drag, you can make them do that. So I use a combat. I use that quite a bit, but you don't really, sometimes the units don't get the charge bonus when you tell them to attack like that. So it does require a little bit more micro. Like doing the traditional way, you're guaranteed to get the charge bonus. But if you use the little drawing, you can save a lot of time. You just don't get the charge bonus. So it just depends what you're flanking with and if the game's deciding to act up that day or not. All right, cool. We saw him. Now we saw the cavalry. Now let's go do. Okay, so there's a new thing in the game. When your general or your king dies, you get a pop-up where you choose how you want to honor them. So most revered is he who leads his soldiers into the fray. Through laying down his life to protect them, he proclaims the equality of every soul. Though the reign of Hulia was cut short, such courage will influence men long beyond his demise. Also, there's a typo here. 2 commas. As they mourn Hulia's passing, let us alleviate their grief with one last gesture on his behalf. So we either sponsor the soldiers, sponsor politics, or do nothing. So if we sponsor the soldiers, we pay 100 gold, and we get cheaper upkeep and cheaper recruitment for 5 turns. And if we pay 200 gold, we get 10% more legitimacy from battles, which is also pretty good. I'm going to sponsor the soldiers. And then I'm going to save. Go to the main menu and do the Peliset. Is someone watching? Did I just click exit to Windows, or did I hit exit to main menu and it crashed? What just happened? What just happened? Hold on. I'm relaunching. Is someone watching House of the Dragon? I'd love a Total War Game of Thrones. Yes, I'm watching House of the Dragon, but do not spoil it because I have only seen the first 2 or 3 episodes. The first 2 episodes. We're way behind. We got to catch up. Total War would make a good Game of Thrones. I agree. But a part of me thinks like Game of Thrones is better suited for a Paradox game, though. Okay, Sea Peoples. Peliset.
I walk with the mountain goddess.
All right. I'll be right back.
Meneptah. No, I am the great Pharaoh Meneptah. 10 years ago, I inherited the throne in the shadow of my father. The strong bull, the protector of Egypt, the chosen of Ra and beloved of Amun, the mighty Pharaoh, Ramses the Second.
All right, I'm back. So I was wrong earlier when I said that the intro cutscene isn't any different. It is different. They added in some of the Mesopotamian guys, like they added in Inerta Apollokur, and I think Adad Shumer Usur as well. You'll see him in a minute.
Upon me, and dark times.
Someone asked if I can crank the audio up a little bit. Okay. How's that? A little bit louder? Hey, Agamemnon, there he is. We got King Priam. Saw Hector in the background.
What will happen to my kingdom after my soul slips into the eternal lands of the afterlife?
All right. All right, Krill, you're gonna teach us how to do the ultimate cheese. Oh, sorry, your name is not Krill, it's Kirill.
Like us, the Canaanites fear and resent the people of the sea. Such raiders have no guile.
Okay.
No one shall deny my people a new home.
Oh, Greek name, nice. All right, teach me the ways.
You are in my way. Kuvaba has sheltered us.
From Cyrus the Great taken by the
I
Greeks?
live up
Oh,
to
no
my
shit.
people's faith. This too shall pass.
So,
Anything
all right, it's about the cheese involves building villages, right? So we go
Our
here.
time comes.
Okay, I got to research it first. Develop the tribal outposts.
I answer the call.
The upkeep. What do I want to be building here? Is That looks good.
Unburden yourselves. Expecting
Recruit some
the
units. Nope,
unexpected.
not a new general. We want to recruit.
Hardship cannot last. Put your strength to use. The palisade welcome all. Conflict builds character.
Do I want movement speed? Yeah, I think I want movement speed. Trade for stone if possible. Okay.
Strong steel.
Can take Yapo next
Will
turn.
or sheer
Let me
determination.
closer.
We shall not be stopped. Nobility resides in bravery.
Try to trade for stone right now. The thing is, everybody hates the sea peoples, right? Except for other sea peoples.
I will unite my people.
Who doesn't want stone?
There's nothing we can agree on.
Let's see what he wants in return for this. Some food? Maybe some gold too if to upgrade villages. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm losing gold per turn. I can see that.
This too shall pass.
Maybe I take Yapo and disband the Palisade Marine so I stop draining gold. Here in Rome, it's 3:26 a.m. No better time to watch some Pharaoh. Dang, man. I feel honored. You're killing your sleep schedule to watch.
The old lion perseveres. Anything I can do, I will. Conserve strength. Step
We take them on?
Canaanite.
Can we do it? I wonder if I can just route this army before the reinforcements show up. Or if it's just an unnecessary risk. I think I just back off.
Another time. Another time.
Could try to cheese him with an ambush.
Day and night we seek.
I just want to see the cheese of creating an outpost and then disbanding it and getting a free army. AI things, seeing me go into ambush stance and still
Yes.
walking straight into me.
Hardship cannot last. Conflict builds character. We have them. The day is done. We triumph.
Better believe we're raising this.
No one shall have it. By will or sheer determination.
Serious? Oh. Did we just
We shall
GG?
find another way.
That was almost a campaign loss right there.
I live up to my people's faith.
All
I
right.
always listen. This too shall pass.
Go and bother
Oh,
someone
is he
else.
really gonna smoke me that bad? Holy shit. Let's see.
Contentment is a strange wine. You are in my way. Ready for anything.
If I miscalculated right now, just now with what I just did, it's a GG, it's a wrap. If this guy attacks me, he's gonna have enough movement speed to attack me a second time. And then it'll be a game over. Oh, he left. So we're good.
Do not test my patience.
Yeah, he doesn't want it. He doesn't want peace. Maybe I can buy it off. Is it really worth it? Do I really need peace that bad to give this many resources? I don't think so, man. That ain't worth. Maybe Ashkelon?
Don't anger me,
No.
Reg.
We bow.
I fight for my brothers.
In hunger and plenty. Tired but ready. No shame in breast. All warriors are worthy. Anything I can do, I will. We walk with Kovava. Our fight is just. Put your strength to use. Hardship cannot last.
Sorry for those who are just joining that I'm not actually playing the new content here. We just got done playing a bunch of it. I'm trying out something, a cheese strategy that Kirill here in the chat is teaching me. Apparently you can like conquer
Conflict builds
the
character.
world basically in a few turns with this cheesy strat, so. Alright, so now that I've built my outpost, do I just raise them now to get free armies? And then I could take Megiddo? What do you think?
By will or sheer determination. Our time comes.
Like, when do I hit critical mass is what I'm asking here.
This too shall pass. Unburden yourselves. Anything I can do, I will.
Oh, I see. Just ban the village, then build them again next turn. Okay, got it. Wow, that is cheesy. Holy cow. So I could do this. Boom. Then demolish it. The next turn I'm going to have 3 stacks.
Hear and show mercy.
That is crazy. You get 2 buffs?
The palisade welcome all.
Dude, the sea peoples are busted.
Trust in me. Conflict builds character. We shall not be stopped. Nobility resides in bravery.
I crave battle.
That's fine with me.
I fight for my brothers.
Look at
I
that.
do what must be done.
That's three free armies, and then I just go ahead and rebuild it again.
I seek money and power. That's it. Me? Why, I'm a perfect nobody.
The prayers, yeah, they don't stack, alright, so I can just do this.
I need to raid something.
Venture onwards! No.
More to be done.
Survival at all costs.
Sea pirate and adventurer. Come on! March already!
This is
My will or
ridiculous.
sheer
Oh
determination.
my god.
Persevere. They shall yield.
Dude, how did this get past, like, QA? How did they not fix this? You get trait as with any other faction, but those two can move through enemy territory. You can also get tier 5, get a Trojan horse, and then insta raise city on turn 6 or 7 with normal tech speed.
My abilities have grown!
Do you like the update? Is it worth it? Yes, I love the update. Yes, the game is absolutely worth it. If you have any interest at all in the Bronze Age, Pharaoh right now on 33% off is like, it's a total no-brainer. Best value, best value for dollar historical Total War, or one of the best easily.
Am I the only one bothered?
It went from one of the worst on launch, by the way, one of the worst value to one of the best, if not the best. There's no DLC for the game, except for the blood. I think you still have to pay for blood, but everything, the brand new map, it's all free, and it's glorious. Pious tree is imbalanced as well as cultured, allowing builds for free in some titles.
I always listen.
Pious, you said? Let's see. Oh, for the movement restored after prayer, I see. And you said cultured too? Oh yeah, for the construction cost, okay. That is so crazy, man. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I just go on to the next. On to the next, I guess. Probably go south, take down Urshalim.
I answer the call.
Look at that movement speed too. Holy sh...
Step aside,
Shit.
Canaanite.
Sea pirate and adventurer. Pirate, raider.
You and me, now.
This is crazy. Look how much gold you get from raising. So I can just do this. Insta build. Insta delete. This is so broken.
I am here.
Don't forget to get villages.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
sir.
You're right. I don't know, like, how do you go back to playing these guys the non-cheesy way after doing this, you know? Damn. Uh-oh.
Today we show humility.
No.
Not a good time. Head back.
We are not ready for this.
Oh boy, these free armies are cooked.
I know when to back off.
I just got able to pop in. Is the update good? Yes. The update's great. It's got some bugs, and the turn times are pretty slow. So, if the bugs are pretty minor, but they do exist. The turn times is my big complaint. So if you can't handle waiting around for 25-30 seconds, then keep that in mind. Otherwise, the content itself, everything that they added is fantastic. The Dynasty system, like family tree situation, is great, and the fact that your characters can die and everything is fantastic as well. The new factions are fun. At least the ones that I've played. I've played most of the new factions, actually. The minor ones are the ones I haven't played the most of.
You get it.
Prosper at all costs.
Yeah, so now
I fight
do
for
this.
my brothers. I do what must be done to survive.
Yeah, it's basically, you're right, it is basically like a new game.
Order the warriors to march. This is your last day. This is messy work. Let's explore. Only strength matters.
Anything else?
Expecting
There's
the
no way I
unexpected.
can't beat you guys, right? They're in March stance?
March until arrival.
Move those legs.
Let's keep it short.
Anything I can do, I will.
We go there next. No, it won't happen.
We have them.
Wow, how am I supposed to lose this so badly? This is crazy. I guess it's because my units are half freaking dead still. Huh. You know what? I think I'm just gonna run it down and see what happens. Oh, I see why I'm gonna lose. He's got way more troops than I do. He's got about 4,000, well, 3,600, 3,700 troops. I'm screwed. Yeah, my troops being half dead is what's gonna screw me over, I think. All right. We're gonna try though. We're gonna do our best. Let's see.
The Canaanites are nothing but the rubble.
Build momentum. With fell purpose.
This is gonna be a crazy big battle. So you can see with the new vision changes, I can't even see his new units, the ones that are on the field. But I just can't see over there right now. Because your units have way less line of sight in the update. Let me double check something. All right.
I shall
Oops.
find the path.
Fight for glory! Crack their skulls! Crack their skulls! No one can break us! Whack their heads!
Clubs. No one can break us.
Hiding behind trees is a really good idea. They implemented. I agree.
I stand firm.
Sailing is my passion.
Hey, there they are. All right, cool.
Give them stones!
Rocks away.
Blood and
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I am so cooked.
Slings loose.
Yeah.
duty is my creed! Swordsman!
Cut and gut them.
Stone them!
Start marching.
March onwards. Warriors, march.
Cut and gut them.
Riptide take you!
Drown in blood.
Clubs! Let's do this!
Riptide take you.
Whack their heads! Fight and profit! I'm done suffering! Get going, lads! On our way!
Reef sharp.
Nothing but fighting!
Rangers reload.
March onwards! Swordsmen! Cleave them! Stone set! Warriors march! Reach
Do we have this, boys?
Reach sharp!
I don't think so.
Fight for glory.
Slingers cast away. Winds guide us.
There's just so many of them.
Clubs.
Why do you think Bay will be stronger now post-patch?
Slingers! Strike hard!
No one can break us. Cleave them. The sea unites us.
Our survival only! We will fight another day. Move forward!
Axemen.
Reef sharp! I'll strangle you! Meet your maker!
Swordsmen. Drowned in blood.
Prepare to die.
Whack their heads!
Start marching. On our way.
Move forwards! Fist of Poseidon! Warriors of the Tides! Get on it! Go in now! Engage! Clubs! Perish! Start marching! Good and got them!
The sea unites us.
Towards the goal.
There is no hope! Swordsmen!
Move forward. Fight together.
Waves and storm!
We're invincible. Riptide take you. On our way.
I will loot your corpse when I'm done. I don't like talking to corpses. Give them stones. Let's drop the crossbar.
Yeah, these guys are gonna fold any second now.
The sea unites.
My slingers don't do enough armor piercing to shred it.
What they need. Slings loose. For the sea gods.
These guys have a lot of armor.
Duty is my creed.
Only thing I might be able to get away with is morale shocks, but in order for me to make that work, I gotta not lose my generals.
Poor wretches.
Looks like this guy is about to die.
Vultures will feast on you. I will hear no
invincible!
Too much blood!
Oh, I can do this.
Call set!
Back off!
We move!
Okay, that's one dead.
Seize these!
Give them stones!
Cut and gut them! Blood in battle! Warriors of the tides! Start marching! Every man for himself! Slingers!
I am prepared! For the palisade!
Release!
These archers over here
I hope
doing
you
some
are
work
not
on me.
planning to live long. Talk is cheap, fool!
I gotta get well-witted out of there. Oh, here we go. Let's go.
Never vanquished!
Let's
Lion
go.
of Kuvava.
Let's go.
Face the fury! This is impossible!
See me! I'll strangle you!
I will break you! Swordsman!
Face the fury!
March onwards!
Let's go. Oh my god.
Strike hard!
Whack their heads! Rocks away! Stones of sea and rage!
Blood!
Riptide, take you! Let's get out of here!
Strike hard!
Bleed them out! Soon you will know suffering! Speak with your weapon or not at all!
I simply have more troops. I kill any enemies with these slingers, even in the original game. Also, armor degrades very quick fighting those clubs. And Kuvava lowers morale of local units.
Swordsman!
Kuvava is one of the gods, I presume. One of the sea people gods.
Gods have mercy! Clubs!
We kill these archers here, it's GG.
I will not die!
It's gonna be rough fighting them on that incline, but... Oh, well, wait, it's about to fucking die, bro.
Cover some ground! Legs, give me strength! Beat you maker!
It will be a kindness
Keep chasing, keep chasing, keep chasing. Don't let them reform.
or to fight! This way! On our way! Clubs! Swordsmen! Warriors, march!
March onwards! Warriors, march! Start marching! On our way!
Back, damn it!
Oh no, now my guys are doing the mass route.
Swordsmen! Release them out! Drowning blood! Waves and storms! Get the
Running out of ammo, which is a problem.
Stones of sea and rage! We fight for glory! To battle!
Blood! I'll strangle you!
Gold is my religion! God!
What a great voice line. Gold is my religion.
Drown in blood! Retreat! March onwards! Start marching!
Get the save ammo, save ammo, save ammo. Kill these guys.
Loose!
Actually, kill those guys.
Slings loose!
Throw! God save us!
Kill that general. Kill him, kill him, kill him.
Get away, now!
He has one general left. Oh, he's dead. Come on.
More of this. Back, damn it! March onwards!
Meet your maker! Meet your maker!
Damn, I'm so glad I did not disband these guys. Holy cow. They're getting shredded by the javelins, though.
Waves and storms!
I'll strangle you! Waves and storms!
Attack them!
Face the fury!
perish! Lead them out!
Over there! Go!
Smash their heads!
On our way! Move forward!
Cleave them! Strike hard! Bring that take you! Send them arrows! No one stops us! And so we begin! Warriors march!
Face the jury! March onwards! Stop them! Gods, no!
You will die to a son of Canaan! Words hurt me even less than your so-called blows!
Come on, make him morale. Got no morale.
Cleave them!
There it is. I kill these guys.
Ribs I take you!
Nothing but fighting! Baal save us! Clubs! Hold your ground!
That's it. It's a wrap. Holy cow, I can't believe I just won that.
Palisade! Surrender, weaklings!
We fight for glory!
Clubs! Drowned in blood!
Only pebbles and dust in my pocket!
Thanks, Miguel. That was crazy. That was a pretty poor decision for me to take this fight, to be honest, but I don't have any emotional attachment to this campaign, so I figured, screw it. Heroic victory. Wow, he had over 1,000 more troops than me.
We survive, we thrive. They shall be palisade.
Dude, I wonder if anyone's done a... I mean, someone has to have, right? Done a run as a Sea People faction and then become Pharaoh. That would be... That'd be cursed. Tier 2 shield bearers are good AF. You talking about these guys? The
builds character.
the axemen?
Sea pirate and adventurer!
We go on.
Yes, just so. Come on, march already!
I fight for my brothers. I do what must be done to survive. I fight for my brothers. I do what must be done to survive.
Sea pirate, adventure seeker, wine drinker, woman. You get it.
Get things moving. I come for you.
Move it, gang.
Sea pirate and adventurer! No fight, no might.
Farewell, Canaanite. I fight for my brothers in arms.
and do what must be done to be strong in this world.
By the sea god! I'll make them squeal! Keep them besieged!
Find me someone to fight. We are soldiers.
A weird bug here where the end turn button just gets grayed out. And it just sits there for like 5 seconds. Like it always comes back. But there's no reason for it to just suddenly become unclickable. It's temperamental. Okay, I can choose Path of the Sea people.
I slaughter people who bother me!
What, dude? How did this get screwed up?
I know when to back off!
Oh yeah, I mean, I could win this again if I fight it out, but I gotta be honest. I'm getting pretty tired as it is. So I'm probably gonna call the stream here. All right, everybody, it was great great talking with you. Thanks for jumping in and checking out the new update. I really like it. My review is going to be coming out in the next couple weeks once I play through more of it and feel like I can give... I mean, I can give a pretty good opinion. Like, I can give you my opinion on it right now, but I want to really be thorough and just explore everything the game has to offer. So, yeah, in a couple weeks, my review will be coming out, and I really appreciate you guys joining. Don't forget to sub to the channel if you want to see more Total War Pharaoh Dynasties content, which I will absolutely be making. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Enjoy the game if you decide to play it. And yeah, thanks for everything. Take care.